A dutiful son tying his mother's shoelaces. This was the defining image from Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra on Thursday. The Congress party tweeted the picture with one-word tweet, Ma. The Congress MP's Yatra to unite India is marching through BJP-ruled Karnataka, and the party is leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters of the state that goes to polls in 6 months. Congress President Sonia Gandhi joined her son in his Yatra for the first time. She walked for a kilometer, keeping her health in mind. But the brief walk was milked by the Congress and made many pictures go viral, especially this one. After tying her shoelaces, Rahul Gandhi suggested Sonia Gandhi take the car. But the mother insisted she wanted to walk a little more. The Gandhis were also seen comforting a girl who fell down.
So you can see in the visuals, AICC interim president Sonia Gandhi is participating Bharat Jodo Yatra along with Rahul Gandhi. The march, which has started from Bellale this morning, will be heading towards Jakannahalli and from there to Nagamangala. And this is a moral support from AICC president Sonia Gandhi to his son and senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi.
Sonia Gandhi left for Delhi soon after participating in the Yatra. Rahul Gandhi will now be joined by his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra on Friday. Meanwhile, Rahul Gandhi continued his attack on the Basavaraj Bommai government.
ये हर चीज में 40% कमीशन लेती है. हिंदुस्तान की शायद सबसे भ्रष्ट सरकार है. कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स ने प्रधानमंत्री को चिट्ठी लिखी, कहा कि कर्नाटक में 40% कमीशन का राज चल रहा है. प्रधानमंत्री ने कोई कार्रवाई नहीं की.
Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai hit back at Rahul Gandhi and trashed the Yatra.
No, naturally, all party leaders work for their own party. And she has walked for a half kilometer and gone. It's okay. I mean, as far as we are concerned, it doesn't make any impact.
The exchange was fierce between Rahul Gandhi and Basavaraj Bommai, and it sparked off a political face-off.
You are witnessing how people are responding. It is a tremendous response from the people, unexpected response from the people. See, by seeing the success of the Padayatra, they become desperate. BJP people desperate.
पूरा यूपी घूम के आया, क्या रिजल्ट क्या मिला? मिला क्या है? आपको भी पता है. खुद दिल्ली में कांग्रेस का नाम पर कंटेस्ट करने के लिए प्रत्यक्ष प्रत्याशी भी नहीं मिलता है. वो हालत है.
From Congress's big guns to the Aam Aadmi, including the specially abled, the Bharat Jodo Yatra has been a hit. But will it be a vote winner for the Congress as it hopes it to be? With Sagai Raj in Mandya, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, there was a fair amount of skepticism by many attached to all of this, saying, is this yet another attempt to possibly resurrect, relaunch Rahul Gandhi? However, one thing is quite clear, that Rahul Gandhi is creating a buzz where the Bharat Jodo Yatra is concerned. Otherwise, why would we be discussing him and the Bharat Jodo Yatra today? I want to cut across to our guest this evening. Joining me is Rajdeep Sardesai, our consulting editor from Mumbai, Dr. Said Zafar Islam, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Supriya Shrinate, National Spokesperson, Congress also joins us. Before we cut across to our political guest, Rajdeep, I'd want to bring you in on this. If we look at the last few days and we'll put those images out there, there is seemingly, an attempt, or it's worked this time in terms of the images that we see of Rahul Gandhi, one viral photo a day, Rahul Gandhi seemingly as the main instrument of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. He's going to be doing this for 150 days. Do you see this as an attempt to relaunch Rahul Gandhi, or do you see this as an attempt of Rahul Gandhi to possibly prove what his vision of India has been?
Look, I think I still believe the jury is out. I still believe that it is premature to call this yatra a success or suggest that the yatra has transformed Rahul's image or Rahul's vision of the Congress has been emphasized. Because remember, we are at the moment this yatra is going through southern India, where traditionally in a state like Karnataka, the Congress is a strong outfit. It is a state where the Congress has more than half a chance next year in the elections. It's gone through Kerala, where the Congress swept the elections, remember, in the Lok Sabha. And I've just come back from Kerala, and it's very interesting that in terms of crowds and optics, certainly Rahul Gandhi, especially in terms of optics, the images you mentioned, these videos that go viral, appears to have ensured, or the Congress seems to have ensured, that Rahul Gandhi is not too far away from a headline, especially in local newspapers. But very interestingly, a senior journalist in Kerala mentioned a point that stuck with me, that he traveled across the rally and he said there weren't enough people outside the traditional Congress echo chambers aligning themselves with Rahul Gandhi or his ideas as yet. So while yes, there is enthusiasm, curiosity, certainly you've got to give credit to Rahul Gandhi that he's actually walking the talk when he's, on the ground. We've often asked, where is Rahul Gandhi? He's certainly on the ground and therefore deserves credit for that. But the ability of the Congress to move beyond their echo chambers to new audiences, to convince the new audiences about their narrative, senior journalists in Kerala at least felt that hadn't fully been achieved. Remember, in Kerala at the moment, there is confusion in the Congress whether to back Shashi Tharoor or whether to back Mallikarjun Kharge, because some congressmen tell me they are getting calls from Delhi to make sure that Kharge is back. So that's a parallel narrative that's running. But purely from the yatra's perspective, I think, Preeti, unless we see how the yatra progresses into Maharashtra and particularly north of the Vindhyas, we can't say at the moment it's an unqualified success. But yes, I think Rahul Gandhi has, in his own small way at least, walked the talk by being on the ground and raising issues that he feels strongly about. Whether those issues resonate beyond the echo chambers of the Congress to new voters, new audiences, is a big question mark.
You know, Rajdeep, before I let you go, I want to ask you one quick question. You know, it could also be viewed the other way. The fact is Rahul Gandhi's yatra is still going through states which are not Congress ruled. There are not too many of them, or there's massive Congress support as well. On the other front, how do you see this as mere photo opportunities with one viral picture a day, or do you see this as building an image of Rahul Gandhi, who till now was tainted with the caricatures painted of him by, say, the Bharatiya Janata Party?
You know, look, photo ops matter, optics matter in politics, and to that extent, the Bharat Jodo Yatra has certainly made a mark, which is perhaps why the BJP responds to it almost on an hourly or daily basis. But politics is also about power, it's about winning elections. And I'm not sure at the moment that those optics, those photo ops in October of 2022 are enough to sustain the Congress into crucial elections, even in Himachal and Gujarat, which are 3 months from now. Contrast Rahul Gandhi's optics with Arvind Kejriwal in a focused manner targeting Gujarat, which is the next big election, or indeed Himachal, where the Congress really should be taking advantage of anti-incumbency. So, you know, there will be even now questions of whether the momentum of the yatra can sustain into organizational strength. The Congress's biggest weakness, Preeti, is organization, is building the organizations bottom up. Can a yatra achieve that? I'm not sure. Can a yatra put Rahul Gandhi squarely in the conversation? Possibly. But whether it can actually translate from conversation into something more substantial, I think we will have to say the jury is still out.
Appreciate you joining us, Rajdeep. I'll quickly bring in Supriya Srinath into this conversation. Supriya Srinath, you know, viral photos don't quite build a narrative which goes into winning elections is what the argument is. Yes, there is a new Rahul Gandhi that we see, the one who's, you know, tying his mother's shoelaces, standing in the rain. Importantly, he stands in the rain, but people sit there and listen to him. But at the end of it, there's a larger game at play.
You know, Preeti, first and foremost, I would want to say very categorically, there are no photo op moments that Rahul Gandhi is giving us. As the chairperson of INC social media, I sometimes find it very difficult because he's not given to publicity. He doesn't live and breathe for the camera. And so I find it difficult to pick out those sunshine moments. The reality is that people at large are making this what it is. And I completely disagree with Rajdeep. You know, he's entitled to his point of view and I respect that. But I completely disagree with him. These sunshine moments that you see, whether it was tying his mother's shoelaces or standing and speaking in the rain, is not new to Rahul Gandhi. So I actually refute your argument that this is a new Rahul Gandhi. This is who he is. And finally, large parts of the country, and may I dare say media, are seeing the real man who was actually reputationally assassinated by the BJP and its troll army. Rahul Gandhi is someone who has spoken in the downpour back in 2015. In 2022, suddenly everybody is woken up to it. Rahul Gandhi is someone who got up and, wrapped a shawl around his mother at Rajghat when he felt that she was feeling cold and wasn't keeping too well. I think these are basic courtesies that every decent human being should have. The problem with our country today is, and if you ask me, it's a great moment to see Rahul Gandhi do it for the Congress president, who happens to be his mother, but he didn't do it for the cameras. He didn't even know where the cameras was. He just went down, tied his shoelaces and left it at that. He's not somebody who takes a cavalcade of cameras inside his 100-year-old mother's house and makes her a photo opportunity, and that is why I have immense respect for him. I think the issues that he stands for, and especially in Karnataka, where the yatra is now, and he's pointing out the corruption cases, the 40% commission cases, which have reached the doorstep of the Prime Minister, who refuses to even acknowledge them or do anything about written complaints that have reached to him, I think are more pertinent than what we are perhaps seeing.
But
which is making
the fact is, you can't entirely blame the Bharatiya Janata Party for making or aiding to the character assassination of Rahul Gandhi. There is a lot that he's added to it as well, and we're going to play that out, especially in the recent past. But I'll bring in Syed Zafar Islam from the Bharatiya Janata Party into this conversation. Syed Zafar Islam, till now, as Mr. Nate says, Rahul Gandhi has been held ransom to your victimization, painting him into this whole caricature called Pappu, and now he's clearly seeming to come in his own, and people are recognizing it, is what the Congress says.
Well, Congress is entitled to say whatever they feel appropriate, keeping that in mind that while world is not acknowledging something, but they are still seeing it. It is their prerogative, but the fact is something which you cannot change. Fact is that he has not won any election. His popularity is not something which can be threat to, forget about Bharatiya Janata Party, can be threat to even Samajwadi Party, Baspa, or for that matter even regional party. Second thing which is more important, that tying a lace for your mother is something which, what is the great thing you are doing? It's the responsibilities. If you follow the Indian tradition and the philosophy of every Indian and their family, then it is something which is your duty, and you are just doing a duty to tie it by tying the laces of your mother's shoes. Away from that, what Rajiv was saying, that is the new Rahul Gandhi. What is new Rahul Gandhi? I mean, what do you see in new Rahul Gandhi? I would suggest that he should start his yatra from northern belt, where Congress has no presence, from Gujarat. Listen, let me complete. There is an election in Gujarat. Where is he? He will not be there. He will not be there during the election, because he knows that he will not get any traction there. He is missing completely in Madhya Pradesh, where is a small portion of in Uttar Pradesh. He will touch Uttar Pradesh. If you just see in the entire yatra, Uttar Pradesh only represents a small portion. That only suggests that he has only focus in
But Mr.
South.
Islam, I'll bring in Supriya Shrinate into this conversation as well. The fact is, if he was so inconsequential to the whole scheme of things, every 2 hours it's your party who holds a press conference on what he did today.
See, when you are in politics, when you are dealing with everyday situation, and whatever is happening in the political landscape, you cannot ignore that, and you will speak about it. That doesn't mean that he is getting a lot of traction, and that's why we are overly concerned about it. We are not at all concerned. I mean, who is concerned? Ask any ordinary Indian on the street. He will not even worry about what Rahul Gandhi is doing. He will just ignore his entire yatra, because what Rahul Gandhi is doing is not appealing to the masses, but he is only appealing to a section of society who is supporting, who is also going with him.
So, President, the proof of the pudding is in his eating. He's not won any election. While BJP, Arvind Kejriwal campaigning in 2 states, going into elections, where is Rahul Gandhi ultimately? Marching to his own tune is what BJP would say.
No, before I answer some of those questions, I just want to put 3 things on the table in the next 30 seconds. The World Bank has for the 3rd time this year downgraded India's growth from 7.5% to 6.5%, lower than even RBI's own estimates. Now they will say this is a part of international conspiracy. Chhod dijiye apni ED World Bank ke khilaf bhi. That's one piece of news that has just come in. People should know. When they say they're not bothered, bother about the economy, bother about our people, bother about jobs, bother about high prices, you don't bother about that. The World Bank report. What did they tell Parliament? Not a single manual scavenger has died in this country. 4 manual scavengers have died in Haryana, and there is a great uproar against it. You have lied to Parliament and in turn to this country. That's the second piece of news I wanted to point out. The third piece of news I wanted to point out is that the Sabarmati River, which is the double engine की सरकार जो आप गुजरात में चलाते हैं, राष्ट्रीय गेम्स चल रहे हैं वहां पर. They could not do the triathlon swimming there because it is so polluted. In Assam, we saw how India versus South Africa match had to be halted twice because there was no electricity. That's your double engine government. Now let me come to Karnataka. They're saying nobody is bothered. Nobody is bothered because the Prime Minister doesn't care how corrupt his government is, his double engine sarkar. The Construction Association of Karnataka has written to the Prime Minister stating 40% commission is way too high. It is making business untenable. Not a word. Santosh Patil, their party man, died. He committed suicide because he was being asked for 40% commission by their PWD Minister Ishwarappa. They refused to do anything. We took to the streets. Ishwarappa had to resign. And one last thing. In the police bharti scam, Amrit Paul, ADG police, arrest हुए हैं कर्नाटका में. For the last 6 months, that man is saying, present me before a magistrate. They are not doing that. And one more thing. And one more thing, Preeti. Please just allow me 10 seconds. If the Prime Minister is so confident about his election pitches, he would not inaugurate the same Ahmedabad Phase 1 metro twice. Once in 2019, once in 2022, जिसका आज एक्सीडेंट हो गया है. और प्रधानमंत्री ड्रोन की बात कर रहे हैं. आलू उठाने के लिए, सेब उठाने के लिए, सेब सड़ रहे हैं सड़कों पर.
So President, this is not what we are debating. Syed Zafar Islam wants to come in for a rebuttal. Go ahead, Syed Zafar Islam. Go ahead, Mr. Islam. Go ahead. You want to come in for a rebuttal?
Answer my question.
You have seen her
reaction. Answer my question. I am raising questions. In a democracy,
my friend, the world is watching.
Go ahead, Mr. Islam. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Of course, I am. I'm going to do that. But see the kind of frustration you people demonstrate on the television. A simple debate, how you are making it so difficult for each of us to speak. But let me tell you, if at all Rahul Gandhi is sincere and he really want to be in politics and have some say in the politics, in an Indian political system, then he must fight election. He must support his party in the election when the party is going for election in like a state like Gujarat or for that matter Himachal Pradesh. The fact that he is completely staying away from those states, that only suggests that he is not one who can fight election or good for or fit for electoral battle. He can say whatever he feel like. I mean, you all follow the family, so you will only speak the language what he speaks. But a common man on the street is not somebody who is actually able to relate or buy the argument of Rahul Gandhi. And that is the biggest handicap which Rahul Gandhi has. He has no mass appeal. Every stunt is backfiring on him.
Okay.
So today, any leader of the party who is this almost supreme leader of the party would really not indulge in this kind of yatra away from the political battle where
it's
it is
not
taking
all
place.
just the BJP
What is the
doing,
benefit?
is it?
What is the
Because I want to take you through, which we were talking about earlier. You know, certain images that is fed into the narrative that has been, of course, maybe propagated by the BJP, but it's not BJP's doing. And I want to take you through some of those images, because the images that are going viral today are in stark contrast of that. You know, that whole picture of feeding the entitlement narrative by tearing up an ordinance. Rahul Gandhi did it, Mr. Nate. You know, in Parliament, hugging the Prime Minister, then coming out winking. It was seen as mocking the Prime Minister by many. Then smiling and admitting to election defeat. You know, when he came out, if you remember, with Sonia Gandhi, he was criticized for the fact on how casually he took electoral loss for his party. Leaving the country in midst of elections or crushing defeat, that's something else that has also happened. Projected as a part-time politician, you know, that's a claim that really cannot be taken away. Glaring gaps in speeches, Mr. Nick. A lot of that has been aided by Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself. Today what we see of Rahul Gandhi is different.
Speaker, madam. Wait, sorry.
I am pointing out issues here. Are you speaking to me?
Yes, Mr. Pranit, go ahead.
Okay. I don't understand what your objection is toward any of this. I mean, he's out on the streets and people are flogging to meet him. He's out on the streets and people are, you know, rushing to meet him. Women, men, children. What is your objection? I don't understand. I have raised substantial points in the public domain. Whether it is growth, whether it is manual scavengers. I'm raising one more point. The BJP will have no answers to this. In the US, Oracle has been fined. It has been fined. It has had to pay a fine for bribing officials in India's railway ministry in 2016. $500,000 ka bribe diya gaya tha. Are you telling me that Oracle has been found guilty and has been fined in the US and the Modi government is not even waking up to it? कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है कि रेलवे में किसको भैया कितनी घूस मिली थी? ना खाऊंगा ना खाने दूंगा. And one more thing, you saying mocking the Prime Minister. Doesn't he deserve to be mocked sometimes? Here he is. You know, it's your rival channel, so I won't show it. But here he is. He says Gujarat has the longest coastline. No efforts were made to develop it. 27 साल से सरकार में भाजपा है. 12 साल आप चीफ मिनिस्टर रहे हैं. You've been Prime Minister for 8 years now. What have you been doing?
But the fact is, Mr. Nate, the image is such that a Prime Minister can get away with it, but the Congress cannot get away with it. Rahul Gandhi cannot get away with it because there is enough which is already built into that narrative.
The Prime Minister cannot get away with it.
The image is such, madam. The image is such. Sai Zafar Islam.
Getting away with it.
Okay. Mr. Nate, let me convert to Mr. Islam. He wants to come.
The Prime Minister is getting away with it.
No,
He has the complicit media.
I only want to raise few things. No, I also...
Character certificate, but will not answer the questions.
Mr. Nate, at least one thing they're sure of, we're not complicit here. So yes, nobody is complicit here. We give a fair hearing to both sides. Therefore, I want to bring in Mr. Zafar Islam and I would end the show.
Let me raise this. Let me highlight two issues. Okay, you have a...
Mr. Zafar Islam, go ahead.
Bhai, sun to lijiye. I think today take the
better prepared for debates.
allow me to complete. We are discussing something Rahul Gandhi, not economy. When we discuss economy, you know that. But let me tell you, let me ask you, sir, Supriya.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Madam, you got no. He didn't interrupt you. He didn't interrupt you. Go ahead.
Tell me, let me ask you, Supriya ji, let me ask you.
On those points.
Can I just get Mr. Islam? Go ahead, Mr. Islam.
No, when was India known? Among the five fragile economy? Was it during our government or was it during your government? When was India known as the politician? And
okay, I'm going to I appreciate both of you for joining us. Thank you for taking out the time. The fact is the Bharat Jodo Yatra and the image or the image building of Rahul Gandhi will continue to take center stage. He's got 150 days to go. And trust India Today to get you the latest.